that you need somebody to make a schedule when we have a program to do such. And I know it brings in revenue, but we really have to take care of our public safety of this community.
Yeah, I would check. I mean, I don't know what the budget is, but because I hear the other end, I hear the revenue that softball, volleyball, all the adult leagues, over 30 basketball, the revenue that they bring in is disproportionate, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but they say it's disproportionate to what's put in. Like the fields are in horrible shape, blah, 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 because they do take, I don't think they take that money that the rec department brings in and put it into their programs, put it into the ball fields. No, I think he did. I think the money does get, I think that it's money that goes towards the parks and recs. I don't think it's like they just keep their money and we have these great,
well, I think an enhancement
because we know we don't.
Is, and I know it's a revenue maker and it's a fee, and you'd have to look at the pros and cons of how much this cost would be, but there's, the in-town fee and the out-of-town fee, and why not make it just one fee and let people play? Let people participate. And because I know that town of Ulster just waived their out-of-resident fee, and they're across the board, so every kid has the opportunity to pay to go to camps.
Oh, for camp. Oh, for the camp. For camp. Oh, I think meant in the school. No,
and there was quite a significant difference. It was $275 for a resident, and it was $545 for a non-resident. But and I know I'm getting off tangent here, but everybody can go for the same amount. But I just think it's things we need to do.
I didn't realize it was that different.
But I also have a question.
Tony, I think you were up.
My thing is, regard to what Marion's saying, and yes, the parks do need to be maintained. And, last month I did a park cleanup at Lawn Park, and I didn't find the needles, thank goodness. I mean, we were raking or whatever, but, we rented out that park, and it was a party that would be there later on. The grass wasn't mowed. Me, my wife, and 2 other people were there. We raked around the pavilion, the grill there, rotten out, broke. It broke while we were there. I carried it all the way out to the front. I put a thing on there because now it's endangerment because somebody can come by and cut themselves on the side of the thing. So as Marion was saying, we need to make sure.
Camp Pro there.
Yeah.
Camp programs in these parks this summer for our kids.
Correct. And again, this calls the parks not making money. It's not a money producer. Still doesn't mean that we don't put money back into these parks. And I see the other end though too. Umpire and softball. We put all this money into it and we don't get anything back. I mean, light budget. So they don't have that much manpower. It was one of the last things I was going to say on this was that parks. I lost my train of thought.
Let's get back.
The one fee would make it easier to keep track of. But what my concern is, I want to be sure the kids in Kingston don't get left out if they don't have enough people. They only have X amount of people. I want to be sure our city of Kingston kids, rather than somebody coming in from the town of Ulster, they get the first dibs. If there's anything left over, any spaces, then the town, because the kids who live there, in a lot of cases, their parents pay taxes, so they should not be shut out of a camp.
Well, I think that's the logic behind it.
Well, I don't know. Is that in place? I mean, right now.
Well, I think that's why they have out-of-town fees, because the people in town pay taxes.
But if you make it all one fee, I want to be sure that the city.
It's just a suggestion.
No, but it is a good one because $4.25 for somebody who.
Wouldn't it be a good problem to have? If we have too many kids?
But I want to be sure if we ever went to the one fee.
But I believe this year we're also going to try and provide meals for the parks.
Nina, you have something here?
I think it's from the hot chocolate.
So I'm done with my tree commission stuff.
Yeah.
More afraid of the parks. Okay, go ahead. Well, Nina was up first.
No. Go ahead. It's just on the same subject.
It's the tree. So do private residents contact the tree commission and say, look, I got that tree, it's the upcoming?
It's supposed to, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So,
you're going to come,
I do.
That's why I was like, I'm bringing them back to where I'm bringing it back to liaison. I just gave you guys a tip,
Back.
information on the back, which is a combination of all three. not knowing that we were gonna do this.
Midtown Business Association report?
We're actually doing a combined meeting with all three because Midtown was just kind of revamping itself, so to speak, and kind of got lost in the sauce. So we're gonna take it, we're gonna have it combined, Midtown, Uptown, and Downtown. So that's my report on that. Should be very, very interesting. There's an agenda. If you guys like, I'll send out an email
Send it
tonight.
to me in case I
Definitely.
have patients.
Tomorrow,
That'd be
I should
great.
send it tomorrow morning.
Cancel.
Because it's changed 20 times, but now I think it's a final one, but it's 2 days from now.
Is anybody gonna offer wake-up calls?
Well, I'll be at work already. I'm gonna leave work and take an early lunch.
No,
to do
that's what I
this
wanted
meeting.
to do. I have to-
Are you gonna take a brunch?
I juggle, but that's actually breakfast. Yeah,
That's
you're right,
right.
lunch. And the other thing, Kingston Library is the other thing that I'm liaison to. They're doing their grand opening. And it's this weekend, I don't remember what day it is, so I'll email
The children's
7th.
right?
7th is the vote. I'm sorry?
27th,
The grand reopening of the,
They
Children's
did?
right.
it's that Monday night.
Monday, 27th or something?
21st, I believe.
20.
I thought it was this week coming.
No, that's the
So
vote.
the following week.
The vote.
I'll send out the email about the exact date, but the vote is June 7th.
Tomorrow.
I can tell you, I don't
Tomorrow.
get to eat because I wrote it down.
10
I
to
got an
8.
invitation from Millard.
10 to 8 to vote.
Here's my girl here, she's always there.
20 is the ribbon cutting ceremony?
20th or
Is it
21st?
20th? It's a
20th.
Monday.
Monday, 20th.
Okay,
Sorry.
right, because I have a meeting the same day, that's right, another meeting.
Yeah, because I got that. in
That's
there.
right, because I was gonna try to juggle that. Also, just while I have it for, I have to give, I just gotta put a little bit of light on Make a Difference Day. It's an amazing day. And this is like, what is it, the 11th?
11.
The 11th Make a Difference Day, that's the 11th.
July?
So it's June 18th?
Oh, June 18th,
Oh,
sorry.
June 11th?
June 18th.
June
That's it.
18th.
You do it. That's it.
So Saturday, I'm sorry.
So go ahead.
Saturday, June 18th is the 11th Avenue Midtown Make a Difference Day. It's a day where we bring providers and exhibitors to Franklin Street. We close down the street.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for residents who would otherwise not have access to needed services and opportunities to have it right at their doorstep. It's also a day to promote pride within the Midtown community, and so we'd love to see a list of pictures there.
Is that related to Juneteenth?
No, so the residents doing an event that evening.
What time?
So this is 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Franklin Street. I'll also email you a flyer tomorrow.
Yeah.
We were just fixing one issue with it.
It's a good one.
And one more thing, on the recent murder that happened, I was flagged down on my way going home by the sister of the girl that got murdered. And she said, can you please do something? So somebody else asked me to do something with them, and they had suggested date of the 25th of June. So I'm trying to do make a neighborhood pride day, which it kind of piggybacks on the other thing. It's kind of in the works still. But I want to definitely touch the drug issue with the heroin issue, because I'm going to bring some doctors in from the hospital, hoping to bring the police, because they all deal with Narcan, and I want to try to have a positive police presence in the neighborhood. They do a thing where they do licensing, they do that, they Make a Difference Day. I want to do a block over on Henry Street. So this is something that's in the work for the 25th.
They used to do the fingerprinting for the kids.
They do that, and they actually give them an ID card, so really
You'll send
great
emails
interaction
on
with
that. You'll
police.
send all
You
this.
send that?
Yeah, the 25th, that's gonna be, so that's it, thank you.
Any other committee liaisons?
The fire department has been meeting, has been any issues, I called, and housing is later on this month. So we'll have to get back to you. The fire board has a met.
The Heritage Area Commission approved painting a house on Hone Street blue.
Blue?
Blue.
Federal blue?
Federal
Yeah.
blue or iridescent blue? Ocean blue?
I have nothing on DPW.
Okay.
I
Doug?
got liaison to two commissions,
I
the
used to be.
pipeline commission. We heard earlier about the change in the local law that Sue Cahill talked about regarding the elections of officers, giving the mayor the authority to appoint if the new candidates. You know, John Perry's getting tired of being ahead of this and no one is stepping forward. They're trying to change the meeting times to get new people, look at location. Kevin's been involved very heavily with the lawsuit. He brought the law firm that they're working with down, and that's an ongoing. I don't know if you want to say anything now, Kevin, but it's we had a walk around Sue and Tom Tiano and some people. We spent about 2 hours walking around uptown looking at, instead of looking at, we're looking up the whole time.
Did you look on Sunday when it poured?
No, we weren't there Sunday, but you see lots of evidence of water damage, both immediately outside the buildings and inside some of the buildings. Some of the members have a big problem with the event signs. They go up and they're there too longer than they have to be, so I'm going to try and work with them on that. Kingston Local Development Corporation, that meeting meets once a month, and primarily it's portfolio review and updates, which are executive session. So they talk about judgments and foreclosures, and I'm not really at liberty to say anything about that right now, but that's a monthly thing there. An issue there.
Doug, I don't mean to interrupt you, but do you sit in on those? Exactly.
Yes, I do. I do. Yeah.
Some of them don't.
So I know all the expiring board terms need to be staggered, because the 10 members and six of those terms are going to expire in June. Okay, so they're working to change that. The other thing is not a commission, I guess, but I represent. I sit in on the Cuba meetings. Very surprisingly, their membership in 1 year has grown from 32 to 124.
Wow.
In 1 year.
Uptown
What
Kingston
is that?
Association.
The Cuba membership.
Oh.
Last year it's grown from 32.
Wow.
Now it's 124 in 1 year.
There's a lot of business going on out there.
Well, that's good.
There's a lot of
Funny that
business.
Cuba's going up and the pipe plan came.
Yeah, maybe they can combine it.
Yeah.
Maybe the pipe plan needs to go over and talk to
Yeah,
you.
You got all the
we
goodies.
meet at the same time at the same place. There's talk about Cuba co-opting. Cuba has that kiosk as you get off the thruway, and they're talking maybe co-opting with businesses. It's an ongoing process. There's lots of. It's not an easy thing to do, but kind of upgrade that. Maybe make it more electronic as opposed to showing up there with a bunch of wet brochures on the floor. And make it easily updatable electronically. I don't know where that will go. We had a presentation from Tom Scarpino on Health Alliance, talking about the consolidation of St. Mary's and Broadway. They're going from 2 150-bed hospitals to 1 200-bed hospitals. Okay?
If we get a contract, we may not be using them.
That's right, that's right. And there's lots of problems with the contract, the Blue Cross reimbursable, non-reimbursable for elective surgery. There's establishing a medical village for behavioral health and a behavior center. We had people from Stockade Football Club there, and gave a real up presentation, and you can see that's really off to a great start.
That's good.
That's about it.
Okay.
May I just interrupt one more? I actually do have a DPW update, because I actually witnessed the tractor trailer wrecking the crossing sign at Clinton and Albany Avenue, and it's fixed, Doug, did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
I did report it to DPW and it's
Yes,
fixed.
yes.
So, there we go, thank you.
Thank you for sending that photo. Yeah, you just happened to be going through when it
Yes.
happened.
Yes, I absolutely.
That was great.
Can we talk about all three of them?
No, no, the
I'm only kidding.
You know,
the liaison,
I got one
waiting for
myself.
the zoning, I missed the last one because I was out of town. The zoning is part of the comprehensive plan, I'm the liaison for that. I was the comp liaison for 4 years to the comp plan, and I'm also the liaison to zoning board of appeals. And,
You missed comp plan.
yeah, I was away, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
let people know that, you get in trouble.
Well, that's why the zoning kind of ties right in, because I was there for the beginning, it's kind of a little bit. And then, I mean, I try to go to other liaisons, like I try to go to the police department, I know I asked you to be mine, but every time I went there, it was an executive session, so I said, all right, I'm done. So I'm going.
I got, everyone good? Only thing I have to report is the Veterans Committee. A lot of it, there was talk about the parade, which is come and gone. And unfortunately, their number of units are down and down every year, and it's, you know, if anyone can think of creative ways to try to get that parade a little bit more.
What's this?
Memorial Day parade. I think a lot of times the parade's something, like St. Patrick's Day obviously is a big one, and Anne's a big festival downtown. Children's Day parade, there's a carnival down here. I don't know if there was something at the end of it.
Yeah, really, because it's honoring the.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is. It is. But, no, I mean, even if they had army vehicles at Deep Stadium or something. You know, I don't know. But anyway, they were trying to, so that was part of it.
You guys enjoy and celebrating?
We sound Irish.
The other thing, there was a gentleman there that was doing a documentary that he was asking them to endorse. He's doing a documentary on disabled veterans who are physically no longer able to serve in the military, and he felt that that was an injustice, that there are so many that still want to be part of the military, and they can get desk jobs, they can do other things other than combat or things where you need to be physically able. So he was working, and they did endorse his, so that's coming down the road. He's just going to do a documentary from all over the country and do all that type of thing. And the last thing I have is they were very disappointed with the
Standing area?
the standing area. And Stan Chandler and I walked there, and there was that round monument that's actually kind of it's falling apart a little bit. But I think if we move that, because you can't even see it, that's behind a couple of big stones, you can't see that anyway. And, you know, I'll talk to the mayor, whoever we need to talk to, but, you know, we decided that if that got moved to the front, where you could actually see it and stood it up more, it would be more attractive, and then that would give more room behind the monuments, you know, between the monuments and the big statues, where that extra space might give them enough room. And it's flatter there than it is anywhere else on that hill. And I think, and they kind of they worked around it, you know, they thought they'd struggle with it. So they kind of survived that, the last ceremony with that. But I think that might be a good idea, just to move that. So
I did witness one of the vets falling, and we had to get him up.
Really? This memorial?
Yeah, he fell, and took a couple of us to get him up. Yeah. Yeah, he
Fell on the existing
He
wall.
fell
there.
He fell.
The Boy Scouts should have helped.
Right, the Boy Scouts, and we kind of went over and like, the Boy Scouts just watched. I'm like, guys, but they had to get him up. It was hard to get him up.
Yeah, so hopefully we can get that to where even if we work on the ground, so they have a little bit more.
I'll also mention that Cougar had a clean sweep. A lot of volunteers showed up.
And Clark, you have something?
I personally swept about 5,762 cigarette butts.
Cigarette butts, yeah.
The lights for the flag outside for the flags and the city hall, I think it's still out.
Oh, yeah, it is, it's right, it's out.
Yeah, I do want to, since you brought the veteran up, I met a veteran today, and he was thanking the council for reducing the rate to 0 to ride our buses.
Good.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah.
All right, I'll entertain now a motion.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?